Isabel Anderson, co-founder of an orphanage in India, must travel to New York to meet a potential benefactor, millionaire CEO Teresa Young. Isabel is unwilling to travel due to her responsibilities at the orphanage and because she does not want to leave Jai, a boy whom she found on the street when he was a year old. He is the closest child in the orphanage to Isabel, and doesn't want Isabel to leave. But Teresa insists on an in-person meeting. Reluctantly, Isabel agrees and goes to the meeting, which takes place the day before the wedding of Teresa's daughter Grace. Teresa invites Isabel to the wedding as a courtesy and Isabel feels obliged to attend. At the wedding, Isabel is surprised to see Teresa's husband is her teenage sweetheart Oscar Carlson, now a renowned visual artist. During Grace's wedding toast, she discovers that Grace is not Teresa's biological daughter, but is Oscar's. Isabel soon realizes that Grace is in fact her birth daughter by Oscar, whom they had placed for adoption as teenagers. Isabel returns to the house the day after the wedding to confront Oscar and learns that after placing the baby for adoption, he changed his mind within the 30-day grace period and reclaimed the infant Grace without informing her. Isabel then forces Oscar and Teresa to also inform Grace, who had always been told her biological mother had died. Teresa encourages Isabel to get to know Grace and reconnect with Oscar, and eventually decides to dramatically increase her donation to the orphanage, thereby forcing Isabel to extend her stay in New York. Eventually, Teresa makes her donation, as well as a newly established fund in Isabel and Grace's name, contingent on Isabel moving to New York permanently. Mistrustful of Teresa's real motives, Isabel angrily confronts her and learns that Teresa is dying. Teresa admits she has known about Isabel's link to Oscar and Grace all along and arranged the whole charade to install Isabel as a new mother figure to both Grace and Teresa's own 8-year-old twin boys. Oscar discovers his wife's illness around the same time and eventually tells Grace, who is already struggling with doubts about her recent marriage and the news that Isabel is her biological mother. Teresa dies soon after and the family scatter her ashes. Isabel then returns to India for a visit to the orphanage and Jai. The film ends with Jai and his friends playing football in the orphanage.